We are living in a time of great awakening, and in this time, we have access to information previously hidden from the public. This knowledge was the core to hermetic disciplines, occult teachings, and the worldwide shamanic practices of our species. Although this knowledge harbored different names, the root of its purpose was to connect the person to their higher self, to slowly guide an individual on the secret road that leads to the realm of their soul. Today, we will dive into a deeper understanding of our innate ability to communicate with our soul and the details of the realms it navigates through. In ancient traditions and experience-based spiritual disciplines, the soul is at the center of the way the universe is understood. In shamanism, for example, all that transpires in a person's life stems from the qualitative experience and state of the soul. This includes sickness, whether physical or mental, the interactions between individuals, and the process of death and rebirth. In hermetic teachings, the soul is eternal, residing outside of space-time, and that the purpose of life is to remember and reunite with this divine aspect of ourselves. These teachings and many others were fundamental to how we saw our existence. Over time, they were forced underground as religion dominated the progressing world. Although in the last century humanity has pushed away from religious dogma, it boldly forged its way into pure science, replacing religious dogma with academic dogma and proclaiming the soul as an equivalent to an imaginary friend. This suppression of the true nature of soul and its realm stems from the need to control the populace, but the evident daily interaction between the person and his beloved divine self is undeniable and has been an ever-constant current in the human experience. Let's take a look at some examples of this. You're walking down the street in the evening. It's not a bad neighborhood, and there are people everywhere. You turn the corner, and a feeling punches you in the gut. Stop, turn around, don't go there. You follow the directions even though there is no logical explanation for the feeling you have. Some say this is a pure animal instinct that can detect minute environmental patterns which could mean danger. This is a great biological explanation, but the underlying driver of this information is our soul communicating with us. Another example is when we're faced with great sadness or pain and have come to what we think is an unresolvable situation. We instinctively turn inward and ask God or the universe or anyone for help. And lo and behold, emotional relief is felt and a solution is presented in the days to come. Once again, we communicate with the soul consistently in our waking and also dreaming life, even if we call it something different. As Carl Jung, the renowned psychotherapist and psychiatrist who revolutionized the way we look at human experience, stated, "The soul carries creativity and grants meaning. It links us to the divine and represents all we could be if wholeness were possible." As well as Stanislav Grof, an eminent psychiatrist who developed transpersonal psychology and holotropic breathwork, and saw the soul as, quote, "the inner self-healing intelligence which has a natural inclination to remove obstructions, pain and chaos, and restore order." A human being's natural inclination is to communicate with the soul. But can we go further than just gut feelings and last resort interactions? And if so, what is in store for us when we take the next step and connect with the realms, our soul navigates. As we come into the age of higher vibration and increased spiritual awareness, our need for religious dogma falls away. Many begin to notice a yearning to become spiritually autonomous, reestablish a seemingly forgotten relationship with, and once again gain access to, a homeland from long ago, the realm beyond the mere physical. This yearning can be realized, and we can have daily interactions with our soul. To do this, we must get acquainted with the many realms it navigates through. Let's dive into what these realms are, their inhabitants, levels, dimensions, and so on. Shamanic traditions found across the world and in various cultures often encompass a tripartite cosmology that includes the upper world, middle world, and lower world. This structure reflects a deep understanding of the universe, encompassing spiritual realms that are accessed for healing, guidance, and insight. Each world serves distinct functions and contains unique entities and energies that practitioners engage with during shamanic journeys. The upper world is typically characterized as a realm associated with light, higher consciousness, and divine beings. It is often seen as a place of spiritual guidance, where shamans may seek wisdom from ancestral spirits, deities, or enlightened figures. In this world, themes of transcendence and a connection to the divine are prominent. The upper world may be envisioned as a bright and ethereal place, sometimes described as having bright clouds, mountains, or celestial realms. Spirits encountered in the upper world often include angels, guides, and ascended masters. They are seen as protectors and sources of inspiration. Shamans journey to this realm for guidance, to receive knowledge about life's challenges, or to access healing light energies that aid in personal and communal healing. The middle world represents our physical reality, the world we inhabit daily. This realm serves as the bridge between the spiritual and the material, where shamans interact with the physical environment and its inhabitants. It reflects the natural world, complete with its landscapes, flora, fauna, and human cultures. It's inhabited by spirits of nature, ancestors, and human souls. The middle world is rich with life. Shamans often connect with animal spirits and nature spirits here. The middle world is instrumental for understanding one's current life circumstances. Shamans often conduct healing ceremonies, retrieve lost souls, and perform rituals to restore balance and harmony in their communities. The lower world is often perceived as a place of deep introspection, mystery, and sometimes darkness. It can be seen as an underworld or a subconscious realm, where shamans confront and integrate aspects of the self that are often hidden or repressed. This world may appear as caves, underground spaces, or watery realms, symbolizing depths of the psyche and the unconscious. Inhabitants here might include ancestors, power animals, and transformative beings. The presence of shadow figures may also be acknowledged as part of the healing journey. The lower world is a realm for retrieval of power, healing of trauma, and confronting fears or unresolved issues. Shamans might engage in shadow work, integrating the darker aspects of self to achieve wholeness and balance. The model of upper, middle, and lower worlds provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the shamanic experience. Each world offers unique opportunities for healing, learning, and connection with both the spiritual and physical realms. This cosmological structure not only reflects the diversity of shamanic practices across cultures, but also emphasizes the interconnectedness of all aspects of existence. Through the careful navigation of these realms, shamans foster healing and insight, helping individuals and communities to restore balance and align with their true nature. But it's not only shamanic traditions that studied the soul and the space and quality of its existence. In the heart of ancient Egypt, for example, amidst the timeless sands and towering monuments, a tradition arose that would echo through all ages: hermeticism. This philosophical and spiritual doctrine, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, an enigmatic figure believed to embody the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth, offers profound insight into the nature of reality, consciousness, and the soul. To understand the hermetic perspective of the soul, one must first recognize the intricate tapestry of beliefs and principles that underpin this rich tradition. Hermeticism teaches that the cosmos is a web of interrelated energies and forms, encapsulated in the saying, "as above, so below." This principle illustrates that the microcosm, the individual, reflects the macrocosm, the universe, suggesting that the nature of the soul is deeply interconnected with the greater forces of existence. According to Hermetic thought, the soul is not a mere fragment of the individual. It is a vital component of a grander universal consciousness. The soul is considered an emanation of the divine, a spark from the source that is unbreakably tied to the cosmos. This soul longs for the return to its origin, a central theme in Hermetic writings. The journey of the soul, therefore, is one of awakening, enlightenment, and ultimately reunification with the divine. Central to this journey is the process of inner transformation. Hermetic teachings emphasize gnosis, knowledge obtained through personal experience and introspection. Spiritual alchemy, often metaphorically described as the transformation of lead into gold, symbolizes this internal transmutation. The lead represents the base, unrefined nature of the soul, while the gold signifies its ultimate realization and enlightenment. Just as alchemists sought to purify materials, Hermetic practitioners aim to purify the soul through various spiritual disciplines such as meditation, contemplation, and ethical living. In Hermetic philosophy, the soul is seen as comprising different aspects. Various texts discuss the distinction between the higher and lower self, with the higher self representing the divine spark within, guiding the individual toward wisdom and enlightenment. In contrast, the lower self embodies the ego, desires, and imperfections that can distract one from spiritual truths. The concept of the soul also extends to the notion of cycles and their interconnectedness of all beings. Hermeticism draws heavily from the idea of the unity of all life, where every soul is part of a vast interwoven tapestry. This interconnectedness implies that the actions of one's soul can affect the whole, reinforcing the importance of ethical behavior. The soul's journey is not isolated. It is a collective quest for knowledge and understanding that transcends individual lives. Furthermore, Hermetic teachings pose intriguing questions about the afterlife and reincarnation. Many Hermetic texts suggest that the soul undergoes a series of lifetimes, each offering lessons that contribute to its evolution. This cyclical journey allows the soul to gather experiences, learn from them, and move toward greater wisdom, ultimately aiming for enlightenment and reunion with the divine source. Through this journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth, the Hermetic and shamanic traditions, among many other, remain beacons for those seeking to understand the profound mysteries of life and the sacred interconnectedness of all things. A timeless reminder that the quest for wisdom is at the heart of the soul's adventure in the many realms it resides in. This knowledge is but a small description of the vast, endless, and eternal existence of our soul. Our goal is to derive our own experience with our divine self and step into spiritual freedom.